Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bergmann 25, and we are going to be doing some different stuff today. Now, it's already 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but it just got done raining, and I was in the middle of doing baling, which I'll show you here in just a second. Uh, I'm deciding to try and get this TMR baled up, because I'm tired of having the big pile there that I have to keep scooping every time I want to make TMR. So what I'm going to do, is I hope this will work, is, excuse me, I got coffee creamer throat this morning. And I need, where's my thingy? Oh, it's in the silage bin. What I'm going to do is see if this will work. And this may not be the most efficient way to do it, but it's the best way I can figure out. Alright, turn you on. We're going to pick up a load of silage. And then I've got the Colossus Vertibale. I think it's called a Verta something. And we're going to go ahead and try and use that. If I can drive my trailer and tractor, I will try to use that. Unfortunately, it doesn't recognize the forage pickup doesn't recognize that as a trailer or whatever, so I have to do it this way. It's kind of inconvenient to keep backing in and out, but whatever, it'll work. At least I can do it. Oh, come on, will you back up straight where I want you to go? Jeepers. I've been having trouble all day today. I've been playing for a little bit here, trying to get everything organized and get the animals fed so I don't have to obsess on that. It is the Colossus Bale Master that you can use to bale silage, TMR, all kinds of stuff. Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Come on. I was just bale. Okay, I gotta look at the shop. Because this is going to irritate me if I have to do this manually. Round balers. You take wood chips and TMR. Dang it! This is going to irritate me to no end. Alright. Oops, get it back in. Turn it off. Plan B is to do more TMR bales. Because the water buffalo only take TMR bales. They do not take loose TMR or loose hay. And in order to get them to give me the best quality milk, I have to do TMR bales. So, we are going to get set up here, and I'm going to do a few more TMR bales, because I think I have enough TMR made here to do a few bales. I have 34,000. That'll work. Alright. So I need this. I might have to take the Colossus and modify it so it takes silage. Because that would be so handy to make silage silage bales out of that. Although I know you can wrap them and blah blah blah, but I don't want to wrap them. Manually, that is. Alright, so whoa! How about we learn how to drive? Back up here. Get lined up. And, dump it in here. I'm going to put a couple buckets in because it takes a little bit of stuff to make them, because I believe it makes the 180 bales. I won't swear to it, but I think it's 180s. But this food mixer underneath the roof is kind of a pain, because you can't maneuver around it. So I think what I might do in the future, depending on how long this series goes, is put in a different feed mixer. What I wish somebody would do is make a TMR mixer that you could make bales out of it if you wanted to. You know, that you could hit a button and it would bale them instead of, leaving it in loose I don't know how to do that. I wish I knew somebody that could do it, so it'd be really nice. But we're going to bail up some more TMR because the water buffalo, like I said, only take TMR bales or try it again. TMR bales or hay bales. And if you're using the milk, then you obviously want them to have TMR, so you get the best quality milk. So, and I was starting to get low on the ones they gave you to start with, so I figured I would bail up some. And then I'm going to have to manually bale the silage bales and do it that way. It's going to be a pain, but I want to get it picked up because every time it rains, in real life, it would be like making a mess out of it. So it'd be making it more soupy and causing it to rot a lot faster, which you don't necessarily want. Alright, that's enough of that for the moment. Let's go turn this on. And then we'll watch it go through the paces here. Feeding in, makes a bale, and kicks it out, and then we just got to move it out of the way. So it's going to continue to work because it has an automatic on for the vehicle. Now I have to be careful not to get these too close to my trigger over here. Will you stop rolling around it, please? Fine, be that way. Because it'll put it in here. I'm only at half capacity over here, so... Actually, that wouldn't be such a bad thing. I could put them in there. Because I can always come get them with when I need them for the water buffalo. Seriously? Okay, so that's working. Let's try to keep feeding it here. And I'm going to keep at least because I want to keep mixing TMR for a while. I'd like to get several dozen of the TMR bales made up and ready to go. I think I have 12 maybe over at the other barn. But we're just going to keep mixing here for a little bit until my mixer is empty. Because I can use these for the regular cows too, so it's, not a waste of time to do this. It's just very inconvenient how it has to be done. And his thing is full, so I gotta get this bale out of here. And this one I'm gonna pull out too right away. Put it in storage. So yeah, we just got to keep doing this and keep going. And I'm just going to get this mixer load put into bales. And then I'm going to have to just switch everything over to doing silage bales. And I'm just going to put them in bale form and keep them in bale form. I'm not going to wrap them or anything. So, but I will have to get a different baler for that. That'll be a tomorrow project, after I get the animals done. And luckily this machine here, the Colossus, isn't that expensive, so anybody with a good farm could do it. And just buy it permanently and leave it set up. But unfortunately, I don't have those kind of funds, because it's like 100,000, 120,000. Something like that compared to the Go Wild one for 259,000. So it's just one of those things. I mean, it works. It's just a little bit inconvenient that you can only use TMR bales for feeding the animals over there. But so be it. And it looks like the bucket needs to be washed. My vehicle completely needs to be washed, but that's alright. And let's get this done. I need to do the milking yet tonight. Get that done. in my hand, please. Wait, what is up with this game all of a sudden that I can't hang on to anything? Seriously. Do I have to check super strength and see what I've got for weight here? My goodness. Alright. And yes, I know I should be moving it all with the telehandler or something, but having this big contraption in my yard is just not enough room to have everybody moving around doing things. Excuse me. Alright, almost done with this. Got a couple more scoops. And then I'll return this baler because obviously I can't use it for silage. Which is my hope. But at least I got some TMR bales out of the deal for the other cows. Buffaloes. Yep, I know you're blocked. I'll take care of you in just a second. Just want to dump my bucket full of stuff here. See if I can get my throat to clear out. Bales out of the way. If I could please hang on to them, would be nice. Okay, what is my setting on super strength? Let's see. Tip anywhere AI workers. General? Jack. Normal strength value 1000. It's infinite, so we're going to set it to tons. Should be able to pick that up with no problem whatsoever and hang on to it. Obviously not, so we'll just fight with it. Okay. Come on, pick it up. Please pick it up. Thank you. So this has room for one more bucket, I think. We'll kick out the last bale. And most of the day it's been raining, so I haven't been able to take care of all this stuff. And it rained for 6 hours? Something like that? Hence why I want to get the silage bales wrapped so I can store them in the bale storage. Alright, I'm just going to leave that there. Finish out this bale. I think it will be empty. Pretty close, anyway. Oh, come on. There we go. Does it have enough to make a bale? No, it doesn't. How much do I have left in here? I still have 500, so I'll put the last 500 in there. Maybe that'll be enough to kick out a bale. Actually, no, I won't. I'm not going to put any more in there right now. Because I don't want to keep it more than a day. Turn it on. Pull it up. And yes, I know I'm wasting a little bit of TMR, but not too worried about it. Cool machine, though. Don't fold it again. There you go. Out of the tree. And we'll return it. So I got some stuff baled up for the buffalo anyway. So that's pretty good. Alright, now I need to bale some TMR with a regular baler. And there's no convenient way to do that I've found. I don't think the Go Wild either will do it. Found balers, this big monster here. Nope, it doesn't do anything but TMR either. So I'm going to have to take one of these and see if it'll do silage. See if I can make it do silage. Because none of the other ones will bale silage. So it's kind of annoying that they won't bale silage. I know it's an aftermarket, afterthought thing that I should be baling it the other way, but, you know, stuff works. Alright, let's put this in the barn. Get that out of the way. Get cleaned up so I can do the baling of the TMR. I mean, oh lordy, baling of the silage. So this is why I'm not going to use the clamp next time I do silage, because it's kind of a mess. Let's get this other trailer out of the middle of the yard. I won't need it for doing what I want to do. And you know, I just realized if none of the other balers do silage, I'm not going to get anywhere with what I was just thinking about doing. Do these take silage? Any of them? Of course not. Why would they? So I'm basically stuck unless I put a silo down. Great. Guess I'll just make another batch of TMR. Grr. Annoying. I'm gonna have to mod a baler so it'll take silage and just wrap it into net wrap. In FS22 or 19, there used to be a baler that would do that. It would take the TMR or silage and it would bale it, and then you'd have just the brown bales of silage. You wouldn't have them wrapped. But obviously in here, there's no such thing. So, let's get this. Oh, this isn't gonna work either. Just a mess here. Alright, so let's put this back in here because I can't dump it directly into the feed mixer, which is my whole point of being annoying, that you can't do anything with your stuff once you take it out of there except for move it by bucket by bucket. Let's see, is there a way? Can I put another feed mixer down somewhere? One that's easier to do and I can do in bulk. Productions, factories. One that'll mix in bulk so I don't have to try and go bucket by bucket with everything. Let's see, where's my feed mixers? I don't know if I even have anything loaded on this map for feed mixers. Nope, I don't. That's not one. That's not one. Alright, well, I guess we'll do it the hard way. Alright, let's do it. Just need to dump this back in here. Come on, switch to the trailer. Now, let me dump it. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to have to go back to manually mixing and using 700,000 liters of silage, which is probably going to be rotten by the time I get done with it. Wonder if I can put a bigger bucket on my or my, never mind. I'm not even going to do it. Let's just keep going. I'm just so used to having bigger TMR mixers where you can just dump a trailer load of stuff in them and it'll do it, and then as it's done, it just is ready to go. But this way I can't do any trailer mixing whatsoever. which if you saw my series on the white farm, it worked really, really well because his TMR mixture you could dump bulk in and then it would go straight into the silo. And it worked really well. Unfortunately, this map does not do that. So we need to take it bucket by bucket and put it in here. $700,000 liters at 2,000 liters a time. Yay! This is gonna be fun. Meanwhile, I'm gonna see if I can. Next batch I do for grass, I'm gonna do wrap bales. I might actually sell all of this silage to the animal dealer because of the fact that I have more silage and grass being made than I could ever use for my current animals. So it's just one of those things, you know, you gotta kind of think about things and figure out which way is going to be the easiest way to do it. Kind of sucks that I would sell all this silage, but it's a very inconvenient system on this map, I think. At least for this. Everything else is like, whatever. But the big thing with the water buffalo only being able to use TMR bales is really hard. Because I was over there with the telehandler full of a bucket of TMR and there was no trigger. I dumped it inside the feeder, that didn't work. I dumped it outside the feeder, that didn't work. So I had a royal mess when I got done that I had to clean up, but it just, no trigger, put loose TMR in. So it's kind of bummed about that a little bit. Alright, so we got 2 buckets in there. I'm going to put a third, maybe a fourth, and then throw some more bales and stuff in there. Not that I need the TMR, I just want to do something with all of this silage that I mixed up. Because my grass field is ready to mow again, and I don't need the hay bales. So I could be stockpiling silage bales that I could be using. But I think what I will do is take a load of silage down to the animal dealer again. Which I gotta do before it gets dark or else in the morning before I take care of the animals. You know, let's do that. Let's take a load of silage down to the animal dealer. Don't need this big ugly thing on the front though. I should have did that while I had the... Let's plan again. You need this to pick up the silage. Here. I'm having one of those days. Okay, pick up the silage. Oop, it's in here, and we'll take it down to the animal dealer. I mean, 13,000 at a pop is pretty good, because you get, 13,000 liters at a time. Because you get a decent income from that. Let's let it mix. Alright, I'm just going to keep this pickup on the front of it and just take it all down to the dealer because they're going to be closing soon if they're not already closed. I don't know what their hours are. Come on, baby, you can get it up the hill. My little baby Dudesfar doesn't want to handle this very good. I finally found my Dudesfar 9 series that is like the bull, but it's the warrior edition. And man, I'm so happy. It's just too big of a tractor for this yard though. Otherwise I would be using it. Let's go down to the animal dealer. Cross your fingers that the gate is still open. I went to Baywa, not the animal dealer. Dang it! Why didn't somebody tell me I was going the wrong way? Can I get turned around here easy, or do I have to do 8 billion 100-point turns? No, made it. Okay. And bring my mini-map back up so I have a prayer of... Tractor's a little bit small. Let's see. I need to look where the dealer is. I don't remember, honestly. Animal dealer is down here. So I gotta go the next turn. Do 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 do. So let's get this going. Get it all done. I'm going first. Stay out of my way. This is my corner for the animal dealer. And that fence on the corner makes it hard to make this turn. Grr. Especially when there's cars sitting there, it makes it harder to get to make it. Do. Bring them some TMR, and then tomorrow we'll probably bring silage, not TMR. And then we'll maybe bring them another load tomorrow. Because when I first set this map up, I did the graping oat field that we planted. That was all corn, and I harvested all of that, if you remember. And then that was like 700,000 liters of silage. So I had silage coming out of my ears, basically. And I do not need that for the small herd I have. So 2,490. Not the best money, but it's, you know, what didn't cost me a lot of money to make. So. We'll go ahead and bring another load up in the morning. Another 3,000 is, whatever. And I'm sure the animal dealer could use it because he has the herds that he's running down there. Let's get back and do the milking so I don't have to do it in the morning, because chores take a lot less time in the morning than they do if you have milking to do also. So we'll do that quick, sleep, and then we'll get busy. And by then it'll be July 1st. So we're getting closer and closer to harvest time, which is nice. But unfortunately, I won't be able to afford anything more than what I've got for a while. Because the brewery, like I said, is 1.4 or $1.7 million, and there's no way I can come up with that kind of money doing the productions that I'm doing. However, we do have a bunch of cheese to sell. I'm going to leave this hooked up. This tractor's just a little bit too small for this trailer. I'm going to leave this hooked up, and we'll take another load of stuff over there. Get this out of the way. Throw a few bales in there, let it mix overnight. And then that'll be done. Alright. What do we have in here for hay and straw? We have pretty good numbers. We'll just start it up. Alright, let that mix. We'll go do milking real quick. Grab my trolley. Shut this off. I can find the magic switch. Magic switch is in my production menu. Cheese production. Cheese. Deactivate. Goat cheese. Deactivate. I've collected milk from the goats and the buffalo today, so I don't have any more of those right now. But it's just one of those things you just gotta wait. Because I know the buffalo are a lot slower than the milk cows are. So we're not in that much of a hurry. But we have quite a stock of cheese now to sell, so I should do that one of these days. And I think what I might try is one of those refillable pallets. Boxes, I guess they're called. that, and then that. And do the milking. Get that done. I think there should only be about 800 liters, give or take. Because it was like 750 when I started in the morning. So it shouldn't be too much more, I wouldn't think. And empty you. Get the milk going again. Okay. Let's see what we got going. Shush, you noisy things. I have never heard cows make this much noise in any barn I've ever been in. Cows are probably one of the quietest animals. Alright, I gotta empty the jugs here into my handy-dandy trolley. Next one. And I would really, really like to get either the winery or the brewery going. But that would mean cheating in money or taking a massive loan that would just bankrupt the farm. So I do not want to do either option of that. So it's going to be a while before we could ever afford that. And sadly, it gets to be a rinse and repeat on this, trying to make money to do the brewery and stuff like that. So it's going to take a bit. And I think in the morning we will sell the cheese, because we've got a pretty good pile of cheese built up in our storage. So that... Actually, let me see what the prices are on cheese. And of course, you gotta save. But I don't turn off autosave, because then I forget to save, and then I run the risk of losing the game. So... September's my good time for cheese. What about buffalo mozzarella? Buffalo mozzarella, September... Okay, so maybe we'll hang on to it till September and then sell it. Then we'll have some really good money coming in. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Hold on to it till September and then get ourselves a big payday off the cheese. And we'll have a lot more cheese by then. So that'll be nice. So we'll have a big mix of stuff. Alright, get this last one loaded, and then I'm going to check and see how much milk I have left to do off the cows. Alright, so we have 277 liters. I'll leave that for tomorrow's milking. Just get this much going. And then we're going to sleep, and that'll put us in July 1st, which will get me to the point where I need to do something with the silage, because I should be actually mowing and baling my grass field, which I'm not able to do because I don't want to have so much TMR. And I think the animal dealer will only take 1 or 2 trailer loads a day of TMR, so that's not a good thing either. Productions, cheese production, activate. Alright, we'll go do that. And now we're gonna sleep. And I know it's early in the day to sleep, but I didn't get down to the orchard. I was gonna go take my little truck down to the orchard and check on it, but I didn't do it. How's the garden doing? Is that even water yet? Fertilize, 0. Let's see. Do I need to do this? No, I do not need to do that. Okay. It says 0%. I suppose... I don't know how I have to fertilize this. I have no idea. So, anyway. We're gonna drop our chilies and have to pick them all up off the floor again. Other way. There we go. And, okay, this is getting annoying, dropping everything 50 times. Hang on to it. Alright, as you can see, I have a good chunk of chilies in there. And we'll top off the kitty's food before we go to bed. Because when I woke up, the kitty's food was empty. And then we're gonna go sleep. And we're gonna go 9 o'clock so I can actually take the next load of silage up. And of course, raining. Great. Alright, let's go do our chores in the rain. Actually, it's hailing. But yeah, kitty cat, you're gonna get hailed on. 79 degrees and I have a hailstorm going on. Okay? I'm not going out this. I'm gonna wait for the hail to go away. Giants still don't have this quite dialed in yet. Because the temperature drops significantly when it starts getting ready to hail. It'll drop down in the 50s or 60s, and then you know it's coming. At least in my experience. So, alright, we're gonna rape it. I need to go check on the animals, get stuff done. Why are you tipped over? Oh, because you're so little and stuff. Alright, we got straw, manure. Ooh, why are you at a 98% health? Animals. Chicken coop, why are you at 98% health? Oh, they're the babies that were just delivered. Now I have a ton of eggs to sell, but I'm gonna sell them all in one lump sum. I'm just gonna jump this, grab a bag of onions, put that in the garage, run into the truck with it like I always do. Oh, come on, let go of the door, stop. I need to remap that button to pick up stuff, because it just gives me annoyances. Let's go check on the rabbits. I don't think we need anything. They're 437 food, so they're good. Piggies, how you doing? You're doing good. I need to get Slurry out of there pretty soon. And you have 1,500 manure, but the last time I tried to get the manure out of there, I couldn't do it. Let's see, 719. Oh my goodness, you guys are growing. How many do I have on this cat? I have... Nope. I need to do it here. 6 out of 6. Okay, so unfortunately 2 of the big ones are going to have to move again. Even though the babies are there, because I'm running out of space. I should have only done 6 in here, but I have 10. So, I have to figure out... I could sell them directly. I could sell them directly to the livestock dealer. But I get really good money off the meat, so... we'll deal with that. Did the rabbits, did the chickens, did that. So I gotta go check on the cows. And the bread making, because I had bread both made here, so we can do that. Her busy. You're mixing. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. It needs water. Oh, that's what it needs. And for those of you who didn't see the beginning of this, the normal way to do this is with a bucket. He has a little silver bucket that you take and it'll sit down over here and you fill it in this spigot and then dump it in here. The bucket started causing me problems, so I couldn't use it. I had to modify the map to get the process to quit using a bucket because it was giving me errors and it wouldn't let me use the sleep triggers or anything. So I was kind of frustrated with that. What are you doing? Use another bag. Alright, so you just walk on. Oh, you want it too. Alright, so when she gets her bread made, she'll throw it in the oven, and then I'll come back and trigger it. And yeah, this hail is silly. They haven't figured it out yet. And we have cheese to put away. Cheese production is empty, so we'll turn that off. Deactivate so we can actually hear what's going on, and move our cheese into cold storage. See, we have quite a selection of cheese here to sell, so that'll get us some good money in September. Last one, some goat cheese, and then shut the door. So check on the cows, they should be good. And I fed all the animals yesterday with larger quantities of food, so food is good there. And I'm just going to check the buffalo. That hail is really getting annoying. So let's deal with the horses are good. So they're good to go. We had a pony born. I forget which one it is because we only had 4 horses and now we have 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 6. Which one? This one's the baby, little Zip. He's the baby that we had born, and so is Athena. Those are both ones that were born after I built the whole thing. So we'll need to watch our quantities there because it can only hold 16. And straw buffalo is good for food. Yep, they're down to, I need to put some more TMR in their thingy. And this one has plenty of food. So they're happy at 100%. We have 20 calves in there that are growing. And I'm going to fast forward this time because I am tired of the hailstorm because it's noisy, really noisy. There, now we can hear something. 5 times. Alright, let's take a load of TMR down to the animal dealer. It's only $2,000, but it helps get us a little bit extra money. And plus, like I said, I want to try and move this TMR, TMR and silage is the same thing in my brain. Get the silage cleaned up so I can have a fresh batch of silage for the next year, but can't exactly do that because I have a boatload here. And the only place that buys it right now is the animal dealer, I believe. Silage, way the heck down the bottom list. Silage. Yeah, the livestock dealer is the only place in town that buys it, and it's the lowest point right now. So I'm going to take this one up and then we're going to call it good on selling that. It's August and September. Okay, so we'll wait another month to sell anymore. And I can still make fresh bales and put them in because they need time to ferment. So, great demand at sale of firewood. Okay, let's go see if we have any firewood that is ready to sell. I haven't done any for a while, but I haven't run it either, so... Come on, get it up the hill. Park this for a second, see if I have any firewood done here. I do. Let's get the pickup and go do that great demand. We'll get some little more cash from that. And our fields will be ready shortly, I think, to harvest. Let's get these loaded. And sorry it's so noisy. Actually, I'm going to shut that off because I don't like the noise today. So, firewood. Where's my firewood marker here? Hakapilki, that's what it is. Deactivate. I'm not in the mood to listen to machines today. And the reason I'm using super strength on a lot of the pallets is I just don't have the will to move everything. But these are extremely difficult to move and hook up on the pallet forks or hooks to get these done, because you have to hit both sets of hooks, and with them tipped over like that, it's very hard to hit them, I think. So we'll take a load of firewood down. Come on, straighten out. There you go. Get some great demand money. Come on, let me, please, let me set it down. There you go. Let's go from the other side, it's easier. These in. Come on, get in there. Really, it's almost too tight of a fit to even put in there, but we'll make it work. Alright, take a load of firewood down. Firewood kept us pretty good money going during the winter. That was a nice thing to do. When I had seasons running, that is. I love the air brakes on this little truck. Alright, come on, take the last two. Nah, don't be difficult. There you go. So we got 58, almost 5,900 bucks from one load of stuff. That's not bad. Definitely not the high time of the year to sell it. 5,900 bucks is 5,900 bucks. So we'll go do that. We'll take a load of silage down to the animal dealer again, and then check on everything else. I think the horses and everything are good, except for I need to get a few TMR bales to the buffalo. I'm going to back this in so I can get past it easier. There, now I can get in and out of here easier. Alright, let's take a load of TMR down to the animal dealer. Silage down to the animal dealer. I should be using the Fiat Agri for this because it's a much heavier tractor, but this will make it. Just have to take it easy around corners so it doesn't push me into everything. And we need to go check on our apple orchard, because I haven't done that either. I haven't done that in a while. I should just sell it, because I don't get time to work on it like I should. That'll be another 50,000 back in our bank account. But it's just a lot of work, and without being able to find the triggers, it's just, yeah, kind of a pain. There was a clearly marked trigger system, that would be very nice. Or even just a painted spot on the ground around each tree so you knew exactly where you had to dump it. You wouldn't even have to have it so it was, you know, dump here marked. You know, it could be just a little different colored spot on the ground that tells you where you need to be. Got some fresh food for you guys. Please don't tell me you're not going to take any. There it goes. Take another load. There we go. They're going to be happy now. Let's go put this back at the farm, then we'll grab the little truck and we'll go down to the orchard and check that. Because I haven't been down there in probably a week. Well, if you go by the months. Oh, I haven't been down there in like 2 months. Same with the fishery. I haven't checked that in a while either, so I should go down there and check it. And I did put a fresh load of fish in just before we ended the last series, or last stream, so I gotta do that. Should have a bunch of smoked fish to sell. Plus I need to empty the wastewater, I think, down there too, so that'll keep it busy. And my fields should be getting just about ready to harvest, I think. Patient, you're gonna get your turn. Oh, come on. Don't do this every time. I know it's too small of a tractor, my own fault, but I'm still gonna whine and cry about it. Alright, get this back down here. And I could make more TMR batches, but I have no place to store the TMR once it's done unless I bale it. So it's kind of a why situation. Why should I take the time to mix more TMR if I don't currently need it unless I bale it? Because you've seen how much of a deal or ordeal the baling the TMR is. So, let's kick some TMR bales out of storage. Take them with our little trailer over to the Buffalo, which I think I could only take 2 at a time on this trailer. I wish they had one that was like a medium-sized trailer. Alright, let's kick out some TMR bales out of here. TMR, we're gonna kick 4 out. That'll be about 2 loads. Actually, I've got auto load on this, so I'm gonna do it this way. And key the auto load, which I didn't do. Oops, I kicked myself out of my game. Get off my screen, Windows. I don't want you. Oh, let's see. Start loading. Left shift R. Yep, takes 2 at a time. Oh, well, we got all 4. Didn't quite want to do that, but we got all 4. We're just gonna go with it. I'm doing stuff DJ style now. Can I get through the door? We'll find out. Yes. Alright. Well, we got all 4 bales. Why they didn't do this trailer loading a little bit different to the auto load. I'm not quite sure, but whatever, this works, I guess. Take all of these down to the buffaloes. Did I leave the buffalo pen open? I did. Okay, good. I can get through there then. And except for those, I can't get through there with them on the trailer. Right, tie you back down, because this ground is extremely rough through here. And you can see a little bit of the mess I made with the silage earlier. This in here. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm just going to run back up and get the other 2 bales. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of baling. The ones marked in black are the ones I've baled. So I've got a few bales of TMR, but not very many. I think I'm going to try and put those milk jugs on my trailer and take those back so I don't have to bring the beast over here. But I've got a pretty good little herd of water buffalo that are going to be making me mozzarella. Okay, let's see if I can strap those milk jugs on. Up against the bulkhead, and they should be tied down when I put the thing on. I gotta slow down again because I feel like I'm jerking the camera around, making you guys dizzy and sick. Alright, tie you down, and we're gonna take this back over the cheese, get that going. The the water buffalo produce milk so slow that it's very, very time consuming to do it. But it's really good money. I need to check the goat milk again too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy on the trailer there, Bumps. Alright, just do this so I can bring the milk into the processor. Oh, it's full. Grr. Get that going again. It's making mozzarella cheese. Yep, it's still full. Alright, so now let's see, what do we need to do? I need to go down to the orchard and check on that. Take some more water down there, I think. Like I said, I don't know what I have to do down there because I'm having trouble finding water triggers, I'm having everything else. And I think it's actually harvest time because I see most of my fields are done. So we can do some harvesting today. Let's see if they're ready to harvest. They sure look like they are. They are. Okay, plus 72% yield, that's pretty good. Come on. Forward. Oh, let's go down to the orchard quick, check on that, because I haven't done that in a few days. So I need to go do that, and then we're going to get busy harvesting. Horses are doing good, so they're fine. I'm not going to worry about them. And I haven't put any horses in the stalls yet, because I just haven't. If I get full enough in the pasture, I'll put them in the stalls, but I just haven't done anything with them yet. And I'm on the wrong road once again. Sorry, dude, I'm going across your field. I keep forgetting I have to come out of the other gate on my farm and I can go straight down here. I forget that though. Alright. Oh, looks like we have a lot of apples to do. Grr. Okay. Alright, I'm going to park right here because I'm not sure. Yeah, see, the water storage tank doesn't feed out water that I know, because there's a lot of trees that are not harvestable, whatever you want to call it. Let's do this. I'll have to come back down here and get the truck down here and pick up all the product and get some more barrels so I can get the apple juice out of here. And of course, there's not grr. This building is really small for doing this kind of stuff in here. Really, really. Will you please hang on to that for more than 2 seconds? Grr. Alright, so that is still filling. No, it's full. Alright, let's take this out the door. Come on, clear the door, will ya? Should never brought it in here. Pick it up. Thank you. And then we're going to put the rest in here. Alright, so let's do this. Close you. Turn you on. Come on, turn on. Applesauce. Apple cooker. Activate. Alright, and we're going to put this down over here so it's not in the way of production. And I'm going to set my purchase point here and just buy some barrels so I can take care of the apple juice. I think it's this one. Barrels. I'm going to buy 4 maybe? Okay. And I don't know where the heck it put them all, but I got 2 there. Where did it put the other 2? Grr. I gotta play hunt for the barrels. Oh, there they are. I need to bring that into the production building. And put it on the... His doors and stuff are so narrow on these buildings. My God. Come on, sit up the right way. Thank you. And lock you in. Fill you up. Don't get me wrong, I like his orchard and stuff, but my biggest problem is the triggers. Number 2 is the narrow doors. But the other stuff is... I like the way he does the press and stuff. I have to admit, I like Omatana's press better, because it's much easier to work with. but I do like this production. I would make the building slightly bigger so it's easier to maneuver in. But that's just me. Let's see, when can I harvest? Should be able to harvest a growth calendar. Yeah, I can harvest anytime and it's not going to wither. Okay, so I'm not worried about it then. Alright, are you done filling up? Okay. Take you out here and I'll come back for apple juice and get... I can actually take care of the harvest here and get the apples taken care of. I need to water them again one of these days, but again, fighting with... Seriously, are you gonna settle down? We'll get this done. Of course, I had to go knock my other barrel over. The other way. There we go. Oh, man. Can I please just get through doors and not crash and hang on to stuff and all that good stuff? I'm just having a day here. My goodness. Let's see. I need to rotate you. No, not run. Rotate. Get it so the right side is up. And then put you on here. And we'll lock you down so you fill. And then I'm going to start this up. So it's pressing more juice. I can't tell. Okay, my barrel's full. Alright, so I'm going to need to get more barrels again, because I'm going to have a boatload of apple juice here. Which is okay. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and take our crate and get some apples harvested here. The manual harvesting on apples is kind of nice, but I like it when it just produces pallets and you just scoop it up with a forklift and go. That's my preferred choice. Alright, 118 pieces off that tree. He has them so they actually disappear off the trees when you pick them. If you watch close, you can see them disappearing. Nice. Harvest. Get these apples, and I think we'll just make apple juice. It's not as cumbersome as making the apple sauce. Okay, that's 206 apples. Your way back up. I guess I could get one crate for each tree and then do it that way, but it's just as fast doing it this way. Because I wouldn't be able to use all the apples in my press at one time anyway. Okay, let's get this back up here. Get this into the press. And where's my next tree with apples on it? Here's got a few. one's done. Okay. Wait for this to fill up. And go here. Do we have trees over here that have water? Evidently not, because there's none that have apples on them. Yeah, that's the hardest part, is trying to find his water triggers. That's the only thing I don't like about this, is the water triggers. Only thing that makes it a game breaker for me, that I'm not going to do it, because it's so hard to find the water triggers on these poor trees. Okay, that's full. Take it back up to the press again. And the press is full. Grr. Okay. So we'll continue collecting apples. I got 2 more trees I have to collect off of. Don't think I'll have enough room for the rest of the harvest, though. We'll see. Let it finish counting up here. That one's ready to go. Maybe we'll have enough room in this pallet to get the last of the apples. Alright, so that's done. Do we have any more trees? I think there was a couple apples on this one tree over here. Whoa. I think it was on this one there was some apples. Oh, storage is empty. Storage is empty. Okay, so that's the last apple harvest. Let me see if it'll go into the press. I gotta get it back a little further. I can't see what I'm doing. Nope. Apple press is full. Can I put some more in the applesauce container? Okay, come on. Where's your trigger? I know it's there somewhere. Full? Maybe you're full. Alright. I think. Come on. Turn on. Applesauce. Activate. Apple press. Activate. Alright, so we'll leave that be for now. I'm gonna try and water the trees before I leave, and then we're gonna do some harvesting, because I gotta keep stuff going here. Okay, whoop. Go forward just a little bit. There's one of the triggers. Only takes a tiny little bit of water. I wonder if one of the distributors would work on this, maybe. I don't know. He has all separate triggers on him, is why it's going to be difficult to do. Oh, there was another trigger. Come on, where were you at? I saw you pop up. Eight. So particular where he has them, my goodness. And it took like 3 little drops. Awesome. I didn't see anything pop up in that row. Can't get any closer to the apple trees. There used to be a trigger down here that I found once upon a time. But I don't see it now. He might have it set up so you use a water trolley or something too. It's hard to say. Might find it easier with those, but I'm not taking the time to do water trolleys. Not with this many trees. Alright, I'm done. I'm gonna let them process with what they've got. I got other things I need to be doing. Getting my harvest off the fields and doing that kind of thing. So yep, all of our fields are ready to harvest, so we're going to get that done. And I'm just going to store a little bit of the straw. I don't think I need that much straw right now. Go check. Queue up here. And run up here and check and see what I have for straw. 15,000. I guess I can keep the straw. Alright, combine. You're over here. Storage. And dirty from last season. So let's give it a wash before we take it out. And I need to wash equipment, period, by the looks of it here. Holy cow. Forgot I have my grass equipment sitting there dirty. Let's do this. And then we should be able to wash this up. Might as well wash it all since I'm sitting here. It all needs to be cleaned. Clean. Here, and push the mower that I tipped over. Alright, that should be mostly clean, I think. And then this. Give it a quick once over. Get that cleaned off. Should have done this last season. I didn't. Still the dirt. Right, get the header. I think my holes will be long enough to reach that. Alright, that looks good. Let's get this put back in the shed. Run into the wall in the process. And off we go. I'll put the mowers away later because I'm probably going to use them again. And this time, if I make silage, it's going to be wrap bales, because it's much easier to work with. Alright, let's start with this field over here. Looks like I need to adjust the reel down when I get it on the combine, so it actually will cut the hay, or cut the barley. Holy Lord, I cannot talk today. Let's see. This bad boy, and I'm going to use GPS on this so I don't have to steer. Yes, that is okay. Oh, field course selected. Yep, I know. I don't even know if I don't think I have a receiver on this. Oh, there it goes. Alright, off we go. Oops, I need the heart to straw. So we'll get the straw put in there, we'll get the barley saved, because I'm going to try and see when the high price for barley is, and then I'll try and sell it then. I think it's January, give or take. But we'll do that, and then I was hoping, beyond all hope, to just buy the brewery. And I might just bring the money in to do it and just say the city owns a brewery and they want me to take it over just because I want to try it. But I don't want to take a $5 million and a half loan when I only have $128,000 in the bank. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because it would take me forever to make $1.5 million with beer and milk and things like that. I don't think the beer pays that good either. I'll check it when I'm done with this row. I'll check and see what the current price is on beer. Because it's a process. It's not an easy thing. There's like 3 steps to that too. Alright, that's row's done. Let's take a look at the beer real quick. Beer. What kind of price do we get on beer? Buffalo beer pallet, beer kegs. October's our big price for 22, and looks like March is 18. So you don't really get that much money out of it for the cost of the thing. It doesn't really give you that much. What about the winery? What kind of thing do you get for wine crates? 4,000. That's better. Maybe we'll look at the winery. How much is the winery? I don't remember. Out of curiosity. That is right here. The winery is 532,000, so that's much better price. That actually might be something we could afford to do. Because that, I think I could make enough money off of. Need to adjust my reel down a little bit. Can't remember. There we go. Got the right. Finally. Alright. I got the one here. And get going. I think we might try to do the winery. I'm going to have to watch Farmer Klein, though, because I don't remember the process for doing the wine either. And it's not done with the big harvesters, the big automated harvesters. There's actually a special harvester he has that he uses, and I don't remember how to trigger that. So we'll have to take a look at that. Get around this corner, and then I'll reenact GPS. Because GPS loses connection every time you turn more than like a 10 to 15 degree area. get all these things harvested. It's going to take me a while because I have 3 fairly good sized fields of barley to do. Actually 4. Yeah, I have 4 fields of barley. No, 3 fields of barley and 1 of oats. So it's going to take me a while to do them all. And then we'll have a boatload of straw, which we won't have to do anything with straw for a long time. And then I think I might try to take the loan to get the winery. Yeah. I know I got a lot of stuff going and I'm struggling to keep up with it, but I'm going to show you guys what he has built into this map, because it's pretty crazy the amount of stuff he has built in. I just wish more map makers would do stuff like this. You know, I know a lot of them are just, you know, straight farming and that's all they do on their maps, but I love production maps. Because you get a little bit of everything. But I don't like the massive production farms, kind of like Ricci and Jawatka. I don't like either one of those, really. I'll do Ricci if I have 2 or 3 people playing with me, but I don't like doing Ricci or Jawatka by myself because the fields are just too huge. I get bored within like an hour. Even at Ricci went down to 4x maps now. They used to be 16s and now he's down to 4s, but they're still crazy big, you know, and it's a lot to do for one person. Alright, I'm almost full, so I'm gonna get turned here, and then I'm gonna go get my trailer. Get this cleaned up a little bit, so I don't have a weird whipple at the end. Alright, then we're gonna turn down, we're gonna go get our trailer and tractor. I'm gonna get this tractor so I don't have trouble pulling the full trailer. I've got a frog in my throat yet again, darn it. I was hoping it would go away, but it hasn't. Right. Get that emptied. When is my good time for barley? Barley. It's up here. Barley. December. And that doesn't sell very good. 673. Oh well. Like I said, I would like to either sell it or we're gonna take the loan to get the winery or make the government own the brewery or something, because the government in inverted commas, of course, because I'm not playing multiplayer. Oops, how about we turn on the combine? That might help. So we can experience it. On the edge here. Must have planted a little too far out. I'm just going to do this first headland by myself because of that little bit that gets left over. There we go. That will do. Actually, I'm going to do a worker so I can get a baler. I'm going to do one more round myself and then get the worker going so I can get a baler and start baling the straw. And we can get that going because I don't want to be spending a lot of time. Actually, you know what? I can't make up my mind if I want to bale straw or if I want loose straw. Loose fits in my straw or better. But I could go either way because I have plenty of storage for straw in that other little bale storage right next to the uh, feed mixer. So I can do it either way, and I just can't make up my mind what I want to do. It'll be cheaper to do the loose, but it's more convenient to take bales and put them into the pen and into the mixer, so I think I'm going to do bales. It'll be easier to work with if I get into, you know, mixing feed and things like that. It'll be much easier to deal with. I'll have to see if I have any kind of static mixers that I can use that aren't, you know, that I can put down that aren't underneath a roof, where I could just back trailers up to them. It'll be easier to do. But I don't want to ruin the aesthetic of the map either, so. The hard choices us farmers have to make. Stay connected. Jeepers. Directional thing again. I need to get that modded here that makes sure that you don't lose connection when you do the direction changes on the GPS. There's another mod that's out for that. I don't think I have it loaded though. And yes, I know I got a bunch of mods in the thing, but it's all stuff that you find that you need to have so you can be efficient in working. This GPS should stay connected better than what it does, but we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. I'm not sure yet. Let's speed this up a little bit, up to 10 miles an hour, so we can get stuff done. It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I barely got started harvesting, because I was dealing with everything else. I'm going to put my pipe on, because I'm going to dump on this corner. Turn it off to raise you up, so I can dump. Going. This time I'll start the worker and let him run. And then I'm going to lease a baler, or if I can afford to buy one, I'll buy one, but I don't think I can because they're really expensive. I think the cheapest one is like 70,000. Alright, let's get you back on the field. Turn off steering assist. Go back to the AI worker and get him go. He's gonna dance around a little bit, figure out what he wants to do. We're gonna go dump this in the silo because I'm not getting rid of it yet. Because I might just bring in the money to do the brewery. Because I really want to try it. I could use a slightly bigger tractor. And I don't know if this is the highest rating I can get on this tractor or not. I have no idea. And get run over by trucks and cars. Is dumped. I believe most of the oats that I am growing on that big field, I'm going to bag up for the horses, or at least about a third of them, maybe half, and then the rest will be sold. Because I don't think I can use that for anything else. I just wanted one crop of oats so I could feed my horses without having to buy oats. And I do believe the brewery is only barley that you can use in it. I've never heard of oat beer. Might be possible that there's something there. What are you doing, worker? Where are you going? I don't know what this guy's doing. He's combining without having the reel down. Really? Oh, you're cleaning up the little bits I didn't do. That's what you're doing. Oh, that is so annoying when you start a worker. Alright. Worker, go away. I'm doing this myself. And I need to go kitty wampus. Okay, no steering assist. We're just gonna do it. Because it's got really crooked harvesting, and it's faster to go straight. Let's just do this. If the worker didn't spend half an hour going through and picking up little tiny bits that you missed, it would work well. But they try to get every ounce off the field, so they're going around for 25-30 minutes picking up little tiny bits you miss. And, you know, if it's not, each row isn't perfectly finished, then it has to go finish that row, so to speak. And it gets pretty annoying. So we're just going to do this. It'll be just as fast. Okay, let it empty the straw hopper. Okay. Next row. And we're almost full again, because I wasn't able to empty fully the last time. And I'm only going to do about a 2-hour stream today because I need to get some other stuff done. And I'm going to do the rest of the harvesting probably off the field, or a good portion of it offline. And then I may be just activating the brewery just so we can do something a little different than we've been doing. Or I might just take out the loan and buy the winery. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet, but I would like to do either one of them. So, experience everything he's got on the map so far. And from what I was reading on his website, he's going to have another update coming up in the spring. That's going to, you know, flesh out more of the map. Full by the end of this row. It'd be nice to have a combine with a little bit bigger capacity, but can't afford to buy one, so I gotta deal with what I've got. And I don't need blinkers to tell me that my combine's full. Thank you. Do that, and as soon as the pipe settles, I'm gonna go grab my tractor. Try not to run too much on top of the field. Even though I have crop destruction off, I don't want to get in that habit of just running pell-mell straight across the field. And the reason I run with crop destruction off is because I use workers quite a bit, and the workers back over the fields when they turn around, they go kitty-wampus across the fields and destroy everything, and I've just decided I don't want to deal with that, you know, because you'd lose a lot of crop if they did that in real life. You'd lose a ton of monies. And I might have a new series starting with my friend Craig, who is a real-life farmer, and he may be helping me out, hoping maybe to do Ricci, or either that or it's going to be the Arkansas Forex map. And it's only going to be when he's available because he's gearing up to do planting and seeding, so he's not going to be around all the time, but it'll only be on the weekends when we can get together and do that. So we'll be doing some there. He wants to do a big cow pen, so we'll probably be doing 800, 900 head of cows, so that's going to keep us busy. I might try and get him to go over to Ricci Mountain, though, so I have something to do while he does the main part of the farming. Because I don't like to do farm, plant, as you well know. So I'm going to see if he'll go over to Ricci, or else I'm going to put down some more productions on that map before we broadcast it. And I also have a third map that I'm going to have ready to go here, which is a South American map with a few surprises. It is Rancho Fondo, which I haven't seen hardly anybody play on, but it's my own custom arrangement of it. I'm not going to say build because I didn't make the map, but I have an arrangement productions that I'm going to use on it. So I may have that one starting here in a couple of days. I'm still going to do Hoff Bergmann, but I'm going to try and increase the amount of videos I do, or streams I do a little bit. Or I'm going to make a video series out of one of them. I'm not sure yet. I don't like video editing, that's why I don't do videos very often. I'm not a videographer. But we'll see. We'll do this field, then I'll do the straw, and then I'll do the other field and do the straw. That sort of thing, so I can break up the monotony for myself of harvesting everything. Because the big field is going to take me a long time to get done. The old field, because it's like 3 times the size of this field. It's the one I did harvested corn to get all my silage off of, and I had like 700,000 liters of chaff to do into silage, so I'm going to get a big harvest off of that one, I think. Which is going to be a crazy amount of oats, because I planted that all in oats. But I'm hoping I can get enough money to upgrade some of the equipment a little bit. I like the Fiat Agri, but I'd like to have a little bit more horsepower, a little more oomph, so to speak, so I can drive without having to go slower. I'd like to upgrade the little Dukes Far just a little bit, so I can make it up hills and I don't have to keep changing to the Fiat Agri or whatever other trailer I have, tractor I have. But again, money is a stopper on a lot of that, so I'm going to try and do the least amount of loans that I can. Full again. So we'll stop at the end of the road here and go get the tractor. This will be full, so I can go dump that before I jump back in the combine. And by then, I'm going to be at 2 hours, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going or not. I'm actually having fun with this, but I need to get some other stuff done today, too. I had a late start, because I was up late last night talking to my friend Freaky when he was farming, so it's all his fault. That I was up so late last night. He was farming on Goldcrest Valley and setting up his farm and doing his stuff, so we were just chit-chatting the whole time. So I'm going to blame him. Sounds like a good plan. Do the dumperoo here and get that taken care of. And then, what time is it? Almost 3:30. Okay, so I need to get some stuff done. I don't have time to keep going on the stream, unfortunately. I will do a couple more streams this week, maybe 3 or 4, I'm hoping. Just depends on how things work out, because I do have some work I have to finish for my regular stuff. And then I have to check on my mom and make sure she's got everything she needs, and then I am going to figure out a solution for all this silage, because I'm wasting an entire harvest season of grass because I don't need the silage, and that's not kosher in my book. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My bad. Get out of the way. Come on, move. I don't like traffic apps. Although it makes it feel alive, yes, but most of the time it's in the way. Alright. Get that done. We're going to have a big stockpile of barley, which is why I really kind of want to get the brewery going. Oh, decisions. Because I think barley is in its lowest price right now. Come on, save the game. Yep, it is. Until December, I think it's in its lowest price. Yep. So, I really don't want to sit on all this money to the end of the year, so we'll see. Close, because I'll be clearing out a couple more rows before I need to empty again. Run, little legs. I know 10 meters, or 10 miles, or kilometers an hour is really fast too, so I guess I am in meters, miles per hour. I know it's too fast, but I cannot bring myself to harvest at 6 miles per hour. It just doesn't work for me. Worker. Stop the worker. Thank you. I didn't push my buttons hard enough, evidently, since I accidentally hired another worker. If you start a worker from the very beginning, it's not so bad, but if you try to start them in the middle of harvesting a field, they spend half an hour, 45 minutes going around picking up all the little bits you missed. So I'm going to wait until the next field before I hire a harvester, or a worker. So I can get the baling started. I probably will do some loose straw because I like the loose straw for the cow barn, so I don't have to buy a shredder. So I'll probably do that, and then probably do some loose straw and some bales because of the fact that, again, bales will work easier in the food mixer, and the loose stuff works better in the barn, so, in my opinion. Because the straw shredders are not cheap. Even if you use the find used mod, it's still very expensive. And I don't know what's on the used market sale right now, but we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Alright, get you emptied. Let's take a look at the sales thing. I need to put... Oh, great. I need to put the better sales mod or whatever it is where it gives you 100 choices for items. I need to put that in here so I could get a chance of getting some used equipment pretty cheap. It'll make life a little easier when I'm trying to buy stuff, do things. I'm just happy I got this map working again because I really did not want to restart for the third time. That would not have made me happy. Just a little bit clear of that. Wasn't really worth moving, but... Alright, off we go. Let me itch my ear. My headphones are giving me itchy ear problem today for some reason. Itchy ear syndrome. Ah! And no, it's not cooties. It's just my ears don't like headphones. I get like really itchy from them. And with the current situation of the budget, I cannot afford to buy any like special headphones or anything like that. It doesn't work well. In the current setup I have for microphone and headphones, I can't use like earbuds or, you know, just straight headphones plugged in because I don't have my studio mic set up right now, because it has to sit on a big boom arm and it gets in the way of everything else I want to do. Plus I don't like having a microphone right smack in front of my face all day long either, so it's just, you know, not a worker, thank you. I don't hit the bumper hard enough, evidently, when I do my lower the header routine. Oops, get back on track so you don't miss stuff. Okay, I'm going to finish this round, and then I'm going to go check on the fish, because I said I was going to check on the fish, and I never did. And I might put a vehicle down there, like a little motorbike or something, because so I can hop over there, because it's a long hike from the farm. And I think I can get a little motorbike, you know, one of the little atomic bikes or whatever heck they call them, mini bike for like $100, so I think I might do that. But then just leave it down there so I can just hop. Alright, let's check on the fish. Let me see if I can get it really cheap. Bike here. Or even just a bicycle would work too. I don't have anything loaded. Good, good, good. $4,600 for that thing? Japers. 4,000 for the Aprilla. Oh, I don't know if Giants has fixed the Aprilla, because that was a nightmare and a half before. I guess I could go down there and then get the Aprilla and just leave it. Or we could take an adventure. Let's go back to the main farmyard though. Because that's where my spawn point is for store deliveries. We'll buy the Aprilla. We'll see if Giants has fixed the dumb thing. Used to be the worst bike in the game, so we'll see. I don't really want to spend $4,000 on it, but I don't have anything else loaded at the moment. And I want to leave it down there. So, nothing else cheaper? No. I could use the Bergmann thing, but that only goes, what's the speed on that? That is 23 miles an hour. So that's a no. Let's do the Aprilla, I guess. Ooh, design, black spider. Ew, ugly. We'll do the black spider. Why? Yes. Okay. Let's see how bad am at driving this. First of all, where did it go? Oh, that's right. I put my purchase plate down at the orchard. Grr. Oh well. We'll have to go back. We're gonna go cross country though. See how many trees I can run into in the way. This way. Looks like they fixed it because it's handling a lot better than it was. That's for sure. When Hutan Pantai first came out, or when 25 was first released, it was a horrible, horrible vehicle. Let's see. Oh, I hit a tree or something here. Oh, that's not good. Get up. I don't know what I hit, but I hit something there. And I hit something again. What am I hitting in here? Come on, get up. Get up. Thank you. Can I go forward, please? There's something here that I'm hitting that I cannot get past. Alright, fine. We'll go the other way. Crying out loud. Make life difficult. You must have a really, really big ridge of land there or something that I can't get over. Try it over here. Yes, I know I should be doing this. Yep, he's got a great big chunk of land there that I can't get over. Oh my god, stop. Can I just ease myself up over this, or am I going to flip when I get to the top? He must have a blocker there because I can't go over top of this at all. Alright, I can't see squat. Alright, fine, I'll go back to the road. Or a semblance of a road. We'll just ride through everybody's fields. They won't mind, will they? Darn dirt bike kids ride through my fields. Sure, make me travel the roads. How dare he? Whoa, 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 cars. I am a, pardon the pun, but a horseshit motorcycle rider. Oh, Jesus, that was close. Stupid traffic passing each other. Can I squeak? Oh, I can squeak. And I just went past where I needed to be. Lord. Here. Yep, wrong way, Nakara strikes again. I need to turn just before the fenced area here. Or do I? I can't remember. God. Been on this map dozens of times and I can't remember. I do need to go through the town. Grr. I'm gonna go through the town and try not to get hit. There's what I need to be. Because it's right below the winery that I need to take this road. And then we have a dirt road right here. We have to go across. Like I said, I'm going to leave this vehicle down here so I can just hop over here. Come on. just park it, like, right over here in the grass, so I can just hop a road back over. Alright, so the fish is at what percentage? 25%. But we have wastewater. It's nowhere near the end of the day, so I can't do the wastewater selling, because you have to wait until the clock turns over before you can do the wastewater selling. And my fisher, do I have this on selling? I might have that on automatic selling. Where's my fish pond? Fish farm. No, I have it on storing. I thought I had a bunch in the cooker. Oh my god, that's loud. Did I put them in here? I put some in here. I didn't think I had put all the fish in there, though. Thought I had filled up the cooker before I left the last episode. Something's hinky. Or did I empty it and sell it and then not refill it? I honestly don't remember. Will you quit throwing stuff? My lord. Alright, this is fish 80. I'm going to see if it'll take these last couple ones. The last one. Nope, of course it won't. It almost did. It's only got a 3 or 4 left. Okay, put that back in, close the door. I must have sold them because I only have 1 orange tray left. I honestly don't remember. Okay, where's the trigger to open that? Get this. Oh, come on, hang on something, please. Alright, that's good enough. That's enough to cook, I think. And fire it up. You'll see the temperature climb in there, so that's cooking. Alright, so that takes care of that. Close the gate. Let's see if the fish have enough food. Fish food, no, 74. I gotta feed them a little more. I think it takes 2 buckets to fill them up, if I remember the directions from Farmer Klein. And out of space. What's out of space? Oh, I've got to sell the wastewater because I think I'm full on wastewater. Hey, look. Yep, wastewater's full. Dang it. So I got to fast forward time, set it to selling, change output to, selling, and then I need to fast forward to the flip of the hour. We're just going to go 20 so I can watch the time. Because at the end of the hour, when it turns over to the next hour, it'll sell all the wastewater. That's the only way I know of you can do it in the game. So, alright, so it should be sold now. Let me turn the time back down. And we'll double check that it did it. Yep, it sold the wastewater, so we're good now. So now I'm going to be running and getting more fishies, and their food is 99, so it's good. Alright, so that takes care of that. Back here, I'm going to fire up the bread maker, because I don't think it's done. Fire up the cooker, and fire up this. What am I missing? Baking yeast. Okay. Come on. Let me have your jug of yeast. Alright, now we can fake it out. Okay. So anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go ahead and save my game so I don't lose what I just did. I'm going to leave it right there, and I might be back later today. I don't know for sure. Just depends on what I feel like doing. And if I decide to debut the Brazilian map, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's Brazil. I think it is, but it's South America, I know for sure. Um, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep harvesting and hopefully get all the harvest done and taken care of because I have a large amount of fields to do. This is the one we're currently doing. I have this one, and this one. This one's going to take a while to do. And then I should mow my grass again and get that baled and wrapped. So it's a lot of work that I got to do. So I'm probably going to do that the rest of the afternoon once I get my little bit of work done I need to do. And then, yeah, go from there. So anyway, guys, that's Hoff Bergman for today. And we'll figure out more as we go. So you guys stay happy and healthy, and we'll see you later. Bye.